Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, and there you are. So for those who have not been following this drama has literally taken over the internet and especially TikTok. I've noticed many of you have appreciated me covering this topic on YouTube because a lot of you don't have accounts on TikTok, so can't actually sign in and watch the videos. So you appreciate me putting it all into one video and talking about it for you guys. So a quick summary up to this point. Kayla Malec was dating this guy called Evan Johnson. James Charles was basically being a creep the whole time they were friends and was always messaging Kayla and talking about how hot her boyfriend Evan was. Kayla basically just shrugged this off, but definitely knew this was like strange behavior. Kayla ended up breaking up with Evan Johnson, and turns out that he was abusing her the entire time that they're in a relationship with each other. Kayla actually confided in James Charles and told him about the abuse. Then the next thing, James Charles flies her ex Evan out behind her back to his mansion in LA and allegedly attempts to console Evan Johnson and give him advice on the situation, how to deal with being cancelled. Completely doesn't believe Kayla and took the abuser's side. Let's be real, all because he finds him hot and wants to sleep with him, and that's the only reason why he invited him around his house in the first place. Evan claims that they did not sleep with each other though. Allegedly. Kayla Malec took Evan Johnson to court and won the case, confirming that Evan Johnson was an abuser the entire time and making James look even worse. James then quickly put out a video, literally like, I think it was an hour after the court case verdict or a few minutes. To me, that video is definitely in the drafts and ready to go. He was attempting to defend himself, and in doing so, he did win back a few of his like diehard fans, but most of us were not buying it that he didn't know how severe the situation was, since Kayla literally told him. Kayla called James Charles on his BS after the case in a long series of TikToks that I uploaded to my channel covering the situation. You can go and check out these videos for yourself because they're very long, very detailed. Since then, messy Tana Mongeau had to get involved, as she does, and she teased an episode of her cancelled podcast where she has invited Kayla on. Now I've been waiting to see what happens with this podcast and exactly what they discuss about, but it is now officially out and I watched it, and Kayla Malec does bring up James Charles and they do have a discussion about James Charles on the podcast, and Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield do give their 2 cents in on the situation a little bit, but Kayla does discuss the situation in a bit more detail. So I'm gonna play the clip for you guys right here.
Like the second you take shit online, that's what's gonna happen. You could sit here and be like, say the most traumatic shit and it will become a drama. But then, I mean, like, obviously James didn't help that.
Yeah, at all, dude.
At all.
That whole situation is crazy. Like just so crazy. And I don't know how much you want to talk about it, so I don't want to
I could say everything. I don't give a
You're
fuck.
me. It's just like, I don't know, like you guys were collabing. He's doing your makeup. Like, I don't know if you ever looked up to him or watched his videos or anything like that.
That's what's fucking insane is when I was like 12, 13, he came out with the Morphe palette. My grandma fucking waited in the little Morphe line, fucking bought me his palette, his makeup brushes. I met him at Playlist Live back in like 2019. I was freaking the fuck out. And I'll give him credit for this. He is the reason I am where I'm at. He was the first person to reach out to me to be like, let's collab. And started.
No, you're at where you're at because you're you.
Yeah,
but
that was nobody else.
I feel like I feel like I have to give him.
I understand.
I mean,
but no,
thank you.
I understand exposure, but the exposure with somebody who doesn't have it doesn't stick. So I agree.
Hey, with that one.
Like, and I mean that. I do mean that.
Yeah.
But that's just wild to not only feel fucked over by somebody that you consider a friend. I know he was on his acquaintance tangent, but
Like, I'll agree, we were definitely acquaintances, but I don't.
But you also idolized this person for so long, so then that is also like heartbreaking.
I'm acquaintances with fucking like 300 people. Like, I meet people at a party once and I follow them on Instagram. We never talk again, and I wouldn't do that.
Also, this is our first time hanging out like in depth, and I wouldn't go fuck your fucking.
I would not do what the fuck, especially after like he knew. Like, all I'm gonna say is he knew. I literally texted him. It was abusive, it was this, it was that, and then you fly him out and you DM him, and then what pissed me off was the screenshots. Did y'all see the screenshots that he posted on his story trying to like clear it up? It's so when we were in Hawaii, like right before we broke up, James and Evan were DMing, and he had sent, they were like doing like a snap thing where you go like that, and
like that's just
weird,
strange,
right?
Now I just wanted to stop the clip right here just to show you guys the video of Kayla Malec showing us that Evan Johnson and James Charles were speaking like this on Snapchat often.
Out of this. What do you mean?
I did.
So there is evidence of that. Anyway, back to the clip.
Strange as fuck. And so I talked about it, and then James was like, well, I'll post all the receipts, and posted all the text messages up until me and him broke up. And it's like, so y'all just didn't talk about flying him out to LA? Like, was everything else on vanish mode? Like, where did all the other messages go?
100%.
It was
And like,
it was so weird.
I've had so many of like my gay friends, even just like I'll overhear them talking about this, and they're like, I'm not flying somebody out to emotionally support them. That's just the takeaway that I received.
I don't know if I understand that.
I don't understand any of it because it's like
You're not doing that as a multimillionaire with a core friend group. You're not like, let me outsource
Especially
this.
someone you don't know. It'd be one thing if it was somebody who you
knew.
were like close with and they were really going through it.
right, and it's like, but then the whole thing that he said of being like, oh well, I didn't understand that Kayla was actually going through it, even though he knew me more than Evan.
Well, what did you have to do? Send pictures? I don't
That's
really
what I'm
get.
saying.
I don't
and
get
it's
that.
also like you don't get that, but then Evan texts you, I'm depressed, so you fly him out, and you're there for him, and you believe everything he's saying. Like it's just like.
yeah, I don't.
So
get
many
that.
holes in that story, and then it's also like you guys formed an entire friendship off of the basis of you thinking he saw it.
You're very emotionally intelligent, and it's one thing if your friend is saying like, oh, like, you know, I'm really happy you're with like a good looking guy, but like I've always hated that, even with the gays. It's not that I think that, like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm friends with like a gay like guy in Los Angeles, if he's responding to my story being like, God, I want to fuck your boyfriend so bad, or he's
It's like,
so hot,
what
he's so
the
hot, he's
fuck?
so hot, I'm like, okay.
What do you want me to fucking say? And that's the only thing he would ever text me is he's so fucking hot. He's so fucking hot. He's so
At
hot.
least he's consistent.
Right? At least he stood real. He stood real with it.
Just, like
Yeah,
He
knew
committed to
what
the
he wanted.
bit. Dead ass.
that also just makes me think that then it's like, I don't know if I was responding to someone's story constantly being like, they're so hot, they're so hot, they're so hot, and then they break up and then I'm flying them out. Like my intention is to then just be friends. Like,
Thank you. That's my whole fucking thing. And then it's like if you really weren't doing anything wrong and you didn't think you were doing anything wrong, you wouldn't have lied to me when I asked if he was at your house.
Did he lie?
oh.
Yeah, I texted him. So basically, James flew him down, and this is before we were on no contact, so I didn't know why Evan was going to LA or anything. We'd been broken up for a month. James knew we broke up, and then Evan posted a picture in a backyard, and it said Encino, California, which is
He put the
location.
Oh, come on.
And it is James Charles's backyard. So I fucking text James, and I'm like, weird question, is Evan at your house? He's like, your ex, James, why would he be here? No. And he fucking was, and he dead ass was.
That's like, yeah.
know that. What the fuck?
Was, and then
Also, as if like there's 1,000 backyards that look like that.
right, like
Yeah,
I
they're pretty
recognize the
specific.
trees, and then this is so like bad, but like then me and Emma were like so crashed out. We got in her car and we would just keep driving past
So
his
mean.
house,
No.
and we were like trying to make sure, and then
And
ended up-
honestly, at 20 years old, that's pretty noble. You know what I mean? Me at 20, like,
Then-
I would jumped the wall.
then I made a fake number and I texted Evan off
Google
of it. And I
Voice.
was like, my name's like Greg. We met a while ago. Like meet me at. It's actually so.
no, I love it.
I was like, my name's Greg. Me and Young Gravy are going out for some drinks at Thai Angel. Please meet us. So he ends up spending like $90 on an Uber to Thai Angel to meet
You're so real.
Gravy.
You're
he
so
gets
real.
there and he's calling the number. And we're like, no. We went to a different spot down the street. He starts Ubering from place to place in LA trying to meet Young.
Thank God, though. And sometimes in
A guy who's
situations-
that eager to meet Young Gravy is a red flag.
It's really funny too because I feel like Young Gravy would have been in on this.
Yeah, he
like
would've
honestly,
met
he
him,
would have
would've been
supported it.
down. He would have been so down.
No, and that's just real as fuck. Like
It's
honestly,
so valid. I catfished like a guy one time. Well, my ex, honestly, for like 6 months after we broke up. I'm not kidding.
That's why I got
fully
banned from
catfished him.
Tinder. I was catfishing people, and I was like,
Maybe I shouldn't say that.
No, I know you did.
I did.
You did. She had a whole separate phone for it. Honestly, it was
I have a
iconic.
catfish
phone for
phone.
it's iconic.
I have a catfish phone. Yes.
And it's real as fuck. Like
You
it's
deserved it bad.
yeah.
no, yeah, some people deserve that shit. Like, oh wait, I love a catfish.
My personal stance on this is I'm completely on Kayla Malec's side. I've never really liked James Charles. Even when he first came out, I just found him annoying anyway, but that's got nothing really to do with it. But then it came out that he's been willingly talking to underage boys and he admitted to it. Somehow he didn't get cancelled off the face of the earth for that. I don't know. He's still there making money, getting millions of views, building a makeup empire like nothing ever happened. So, and now it's come out that he is inviting abusers around his house and trying to console them and trying to sleep with them. Like, you know, this is James Charles. It does not surprise me at all. I don't understand why people still like this guy. So for me, I totally believe Kayla in this situation. As this is James Charles we are speaking of. And this isn't the first time he's been known to be a creep. I have noticed, which honestly does annoy me a little bit, that Kayla seems to get some backlash online, probably from James Charles stands, that she needs to stop talking about the situation situation now and let it die. They won the court case, etc, etc. But Kayla is within their rights to say whatever the F she wants. The situation happened to her. The least she can do is make a bag off it, for Christ's sake, you know what I'm saying? So anyway guys, that's it for this video. What do we all think of this drama? What do we think of the Tana Mongeau and Brooks go for the cancelled episode of Kayla Malec? Let me know down below. Want to hear your thoughts, want to hear your opinions. Let's have a kiki, let's have a chit chat. And that is it for this video guys. So like and subscribe to my channel for more of me. I know you want to, baby. Hit the bell notification to be notified and pop up on your screen with a new video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.